Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here, greetings boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. It is, well, not bright and sunny or anything like that, but the sun is up because the globe spins. We're on a globe. So the flaming ball of plasma 93 million miles away from us is visible in this portion of the world now. And birds are singing, and bugs are flying around, and it's a good thing. It is good to be alive. It is good to live on the globe. It is good to exist. Definitely a thumbs up. On the hamster front, little Gojira is, well, she's trying to fall asleep. She's occasionally active, grooming, eats, and then goes right back to sleep. So she's doing well, but she's asleep. Little Saber, I haven't seen her since last night, and my glasses are such that I cannot see her even a little bit. So I think she's got her nest still in the far corner. That's fine, good thing. Little Dust Mop here, he still has his nest really close to me. It's in the corner right here, closest to me. But he's got himself buried in such that if you look down into the cage, you can't see him. So thumbs up for that. He's happy. It's a good thing. And then of course, I was so happy. Last night I took little Dr. Snurf out of his home down there in the bottom, and he's doing so much better. When I first saw the issue and was trying to figure out what to do and wondering if it was fungus or mites or old age or an internal issue, I didn't know. But literally it was about that long, from between his ears, down his neck, down halfway down his back, and it was all bald, and it was just the skin was thick and yellowing and kind of crusty in spots. All of these things being still symptoms of mites or fungus or just old age. So I started taking athlete's foot fungus stuff and putting it on his back on that area, because one of the ways that you can treat mites yourself, or like if you have a botfly maggot in your body, is you cover over the skin so that air can't get in, and that will suffocate. If you got a botfly maggot in your arm or your back or wherever, it will suffocate the thing, and then you can pull the body out. If you have mites in your skin, it suffocates the mites. It's either suffocating the mites, killing the fungus, or just lubricating his skin with enough stuff that it's cleared up, because his fur is about 90% back in that area. He's got small little spots that look like little irritation spots, but they're nothing like they used to be, and I treated him again, and he's happy and active and doing well. So very good. Definitely a thumbs up. Past that, I did go walkies last night, and that was good. I had fear, of course, because for the second time of just random going into Safeway, because I had to pick up some food stuff, no vehicle and not a ton of money, so I can't grab a bunch at one time because I got to carry it. So I went to Safeway last night and grabbed some soda, some foodstuffs like that, and then came on back. But usually when I've gone in there, it's normally there's two exits, entrances, and you just wander in and out. Since this whole thing has been starting, they've been shutting off one of the entrances and then having people outside sterilizing all the carts. For the second time in a row, not a row, but this has happened when I've gone in, both doors just open, nobody checking anything, just if you got a cart, pushing around, and so, I don't know. You gotta be safe though, because nobody else is gonna care about you. Which I watched a video about. I've mentioned before how there's this one guy beau of the fifth column. He is a Floridian. He's worked in security, so he's no stranger to security and guns and such like that. And he's done a lot in his life. And right now he's trying the best he can to teach others how to be self-sufficient, how to do self-defense, how to rely on yourself and not the government, because the government isn't here to help you. The government is here to help the rich and make sure that you keep the rich going. He had grim amusement and then just a stark statement at this last video that I'd watched, where a lot of the states have been just opening up and trying to punish people for not going to work because they're opening up, even as the pandemic is killing and killing more all the time. We're nowhere, because of this, the spike is still climbing and we are nowhere close to the first wave being even done. And so people have been fighting to get their states opened up so that people will come in and spend money. Problem is, all these states that have opened up, nobody's going out to spend money. They're being smart. They're staying home. The American people have largely been smarter than the American leaders have been counting on. Now, this is really, really bad. Really bad for each of the businesses that opens up in each one of these states. Because if you were shut down, yes, you're losing money. Yes, you might go out of business. It's sad, but it's better than dying. But now that you're opened up, and if you're one of these businesses that opened up, yes, you were having to spend X amount of money per day, and you weren't getting any money in. But now they're open, and they're having to pay for lights, and water, and employees, and rent, and nobody's coming in. These businesses might have been able to weather being shut down if landlords and all that are willing to work with them. With it being open and nobody going out, and all these expenses going out, and no revenue coming in, these are businesses that are going to crash and burn permanently. If this had been done smart, intelligently, maybe things would be okay. But it's not. And he ends the video, he's a smart man, and I'm hoping this isn't true, but he's just like, welcome to the beginning of the Depression. Because this activity ensures that we're going to have a recession, depression that's going to be bad. Whereas being intelligent about it would have been okay. So making the cure worse than the disease, staying home until all this is over, making some changes to the social safety net, that would have been too difficult. But plunging the whole country into a depression that may end up bringing the whole world down, thumbs up for that. But I don't want to talk about any other horrible and depressing stuff. What I do want to talk about is, I was rather surprised. I had played a game on Steam, because I have Steam and all that, but it's just a demo. The game's still being worked on. It isn't released even into early access yet. It's called Hellbound, and it is a really freaking awesome first-person retro classic shooter. Harkens back to the 90s, except of course with modern quality of life changes and modern graphics. It is intense. It's awesome. And so in comments, somebody mentioned that a game I had been playing reminded them of another game called The Last Doorway, or The Last Door, which is like a point-and-click Lovecraftian type tale. For whatever reason, when I was looking up, also I got twigged on this other series of games called The Doorways. And it's a really weird horror, immersive horror thing with puzzles, and there's 3 games, and they're bizarre, like Mountains of Flesh. I mean, they're weird. And it's the same company, the same developers. The people that are doing Hellbound are the people that did Doorways. And I can't think of 2 different types of games that are so far apart. That's like, if you saw a whole series of pictures by like Leonardo da Vinci, and leading up to the Mona Lisa, and then the picture after the Mona Lisa is still a Leonardo da Vinci painting, but it's like done in the style of Jackson Pollock, and it's like, what? Okay, I can see it, but what? So it's cool. I hope the game comes out soonish. I don't know what's going on with the whole game, because I played the demo, but now there's a free-to-play campaign mode. I have no idea what's happening. Thumbs up for that. Let me double check my list down here. All I had was the game listing, bow of the 5th column, and then opening up in the depression, all that. And then just not much after that. I mean, I've been trying to survive and live and do what I can. I had some falling asleep issues yesterday, but I have had terrible insomnia. I don't do well in heat, and all of a sudden it has gotten hot, and it's going to continue being that way. And I don't do heat well. So last night, right around 1 o'clock, 1:30, awake because of the heat, and then just tossing and turning for the rest of the night. Finally fell back asleep, and around 5:30ish woke up again. And then been up and trying to get things together, so definitely 8 thumbs up. I'm awake now, even though I wasn't yesterday. I still got stuff done. I mean, I fell asleep twice. I didn't get any phone calls made. So, thumbs up for that. But I've got the weekend, and that's fine. So, Monday, I need to call and order some new masks for my sleep apnea machine. And I gotta get that done. That's no problem. That'll be easy. I just have to wait until I can finally talk to somebody on the 800 line to the VA. Veterans Administration. So at least I'll be able to get it done. And then I do need to call for the food stamps thing. I was going to call on Friday, but fell asleep all that time. So joy. It happens though. You do what you can. You do what you can. Past that, just surviving, thinking of creative things. Well, trying to think of creative things. I've got the whole ADHD issue of, well, I've described it since the early 90s. I wish I'd realized, well, even when drinking, I'd had the problems with concentration. I mean, I couldn't concentrate even when non-sober, because I used to tell people in like 1990 that I used to be able to concentrate on things, but now I have the attention span of a coked out butterfly. I didn't realize why I had the attention span of a coked out butterfly. I thought it was just the alcoholism and not the untreated ADHD that I didn't know that I had. Thumbs up for that. So I'm still trying to think of creative stuff, and I've got all these various things. I've got the bone-hurting juice world that I really want to do stuff with. I'm working still. I mean, they're all canon, so any stories and ideas and world and lore building that I do with my Cosmic Horror Pantheon stuff is all canon. Even, I mean, it's all fictional, of course, but with the big split in multiverses, and I don't just have the one types, I've got their counterparts from a different multiverse that I deal with, and how to make stories about them. It's all just Happy days. One day I'm going to write the stuff down, make a Bible of sorts about the cosmic horror pantheon, just so that, you know, even if when I kick off, but if I kick off before I get a chance to do anything about it, people will still go to see it if they want. Thumbs up for that. Hey, what do you say? Anyway, though, no real big fancy edits on the camera. My back is killing me if I go flipping and turning. It's like a red hot piece of metal in there now in the joint between my sacrum and the rest of my pelvis. I'd like to keep it just red hot instead of white hot. So I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, indifferent. You took the time. You expended the calories. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. And of course, it is a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibromyalgia, ADHD, brain damage from alcoholism, I'm lucky I can remember anything at all. Still getting better because of my alcoholism and my depression. Still getting better. One day going to hit a functional limit, but not there yet. Definitely a thumbs up. So, calling up my Chrome. We have Eric Killa, thumbs up and thank you, and left, greatly appreciated. Bartek Sobera, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. Lil Maine, thumbs up and thank you. Ice Damon, and so many blows, but good to see you in the comments. Flo Durain, thumbs up and thank you. We have Ignacio, greatly appreciated. Confused Owl 29, yes. Insomnia blows. Kathy Kitscat, good to see you in the comments. And then we have Cordless, thumbs up and thank you. Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciate. Gabriel Santos Matos 3C, thumbs up and thank you. Dweller Boy, greatly appreciate. Tilted, thumbs up and thank you. I have Jonathan Martin, greatly appreciate. And Colin Reisenauer, that lunatic, he just wants attention. Ignore him, don't give him any attention, and eventually he'll go away. Mackenzie S, greatly appreciated. Blade Buell, thumbs up and thank you. Morphe, greatly appreciated. Justin Pearson, thumbs up and thank you. Mac to the Daddy, thumbs up and thank you. We have PHX Ruben, thumbs up and thank you. Russian Timing, greatly appreciated. Ali Shabiri, thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, Zenaib Mamadova. Again, nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. Thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Definitely a thumbs up. Greatly, greatly appreciated. If you could check out my various links down below. I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. If you wanted to help me out, but you didn't want to send money to one of those two places, I have an Amazon, PayPal link down below. You can check that out. And if you wanted to help me out, but you didn't want to send money, I have an Amazon wish list link down below as well with things like cat food, hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very cool. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, I have this video here that you've been watching. I have another video to edit and render, something to record, edit and render, and then I got all sorts of projects still that I need to do stuff with. Life is life. You do what you can. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Do what you can. Stay safe. Be safe. Be careful and be safe because you only have one life. Spend it, well, the way you want it to be spent.